Hi, my name is Jürgen Falke. I'm the responsible development engineer in Merida International, and one of the innovations we are quite proud about is the new time warp, time trial and triathlon bike we invented for 2010. Actually, one of the main features of the bike is a solution which so far no competitor in the market is offering. Time trial bikes are intended to have the best possible aerodynamic quality, what means extremely low handlebar position. And that's just possible if the head tube of the frame is extremely short. For triathletes we have the situation that their speed is far lower. Time trialists go over 50 km per hour for a period of maximum 1 hour, and then they are allowed to ask for a medical assistant. But triathletes need to spend 4.5 hours with around 40 km speed. So their aerodynamic saving is lower, because the aerodynamic drag is growing exponential, and the power loss on the long distance is much bigger. For triathletes it's evident to have the handlebar in a more up and convenient position even when they are world-class racers. We found a solution which we called modular head. And modular head means different carbon shells with an internal screw-in aluminum head tube elongation. And if you take a look to the front of the frame of the new time warp, you can, for example, remove this shell, which is a medium one, and then you arrive at a real short head tube length, which is almost the same like on the most aggressive time trial bikes which are available on the market. But then you can, for adjust the height level of the armrests and the whole handlebar, you can add different carbon segments. You can go below without with a 25mm one, which is screwed in the moment. Here you see a 50mm version, which is aerodynamic, it's sleek, and most important, and that's the biggest difference if you compare it to a spacer solution, where a time trial frame with a very short head tube is simply elongated through spacers and maybe a positive MTB stem. This solution, which is common used in the market for triathlon races, is quite flexible on the handlebar. That means on speedy descents you lose cornering speed, you lose control about your bike. And with our solution, the upper headset cup is as well going up together with the module, and that means the stiffness of the bike is not different compared to a good road bike. That's beside fantastic outlook and the overall aerodynamic quality, one of the main benefits of the new time warp system. At time trial and triathlon bikes, regarding front brake positioning, two different solutions are on vogue. Several competitors selected the position of the front brake in a way that the front brake is hidden behind the fork crown, which is a quite sleek solution because there's no brake anymore at the front in the ear stream. But at the other hand, if you're taking the front brake and assembling the brake behind the fork, the building space of the brake requires that the teardrop down tube is lifted, what means the whole tube goes up and offers a big gap in between the front wheel and the aerodynamic shaped down tube. On the aerodynamic point of view, to be quite close with the teardrop shape of the down tube, with a big section aerodynamic shape of the front wheel is as well evident. And it's just possible to do once. Either hide the brake at the front, having the disadvantage of the big gap, or coming as narrow as possible with the down tube, but then there's no possibility to assemble the brake here. We use a very narrow profile front brake, which is quite sleek, and according to our conviction it's the best solution in the overall point of view. Most of the aerodynamic shaped time trial bikes have integrated seat post solutions. That means the seat post is a part of the frame and need to be tailor cutted to the dimensions and seat height of the rider. What offers the risk of killing the frame by cutting the seat post at a different position, but as well offers a big headache for all people which need to transport the bike. And the time trial bike is a competition bike. You need to travel to the competitions, no matter whether it's by car or by aircraft. We have a conventional solution, even it looks on the first view as being integrated. So a kind of compression clamping in the rear, and the pillar head is adjustable in 4 different positions, which allows to adjust the horizontal saddle position in C-tube angles in between 75 and 79 degrees, which is the full range necessary for bikes used in triathlon and time trial.